A very warm welcome to all our guests for today. So I welcome you for the 20th anniversary of Presence and the 10th anniversary of Digital Journalist Association of India from the House of Prime Point Foundation that is celebrating its 25th year this year. So may I request Shri R. Nurullah, the chairman, the co-chairman of the Digital Journalist Association of India, to deliver the welcome address, please.
மழையின் மிரட்டலை அடக்கி ஒடுக்கி முடக்கி வைத்து விழாவெற்றுக்கு உறுதுணை புரிந்த வருட கருணைக்கு நன்றி. பிரீசன்ஸ் இணைய இதழின் 20ஆம் ஆண்டு விழா, டிஜிட்டல் ஜேர்னலிஸ்ட் அசோசியேஷன் ஆஃப் இந்தியா எனும் அறக்கட்டளையின் 10ஆம் ஆண்டு விழா என இருவரும் விழாவை சந்திக்கிறோம். தேசிய சைபர் பாதுகாப்பு ஆய்வுக் கழக தலைவர், லோக் அதாலத் சாதனை செம்பல், உச்ச நீதிமன்றம் மற்றும் இந்திய உயர் நீதிமன்றங்களின் நிறைவு பணி நீதியரசர்கள் பேரவையின் துணைத் தலைவர், நேசகம் பேசிடும் நட்புரை நாயகர், நீதிபதிகளின் துயர் தழைத்த நீதிபதியான மாண்பமை நீதியரசர் T.N. வள்ளிநாயகம் அவர்களே, வருக வருக. தினம் செய்தி மனம் கமழும் தினமலர் நாளிதழின் இணை இயக்குனர், தொழில்நுட்ப பொழில் வேந்தர், அதன் நிறுவனர் TV ராமசுப்பையர் ஐயா அவர்களின் கொள்ளுப்பேரன், இளையோர் நலம் பேணும் குணக்குன்றாம் குலக்கொழுந்து, அடியனை வளர்த்து ஆளாக்கிய அனுபவத் தொட்டிலாம் தினமலரின் உரிமை திருமானார்களுள் ஒருவரான R. லட்சுமிபதி அவர்களே, வருக வருக. இதழியல் முதுமயிலார், டெக்கான் கார்னிக்கலின் மேனாள் இதழ்வேந்தர், விழா தலைமை பேராசான் R. பகவான் சிங் அவர்களே, வருக வருக. பிரைம் பாயிண்ட் ஃபவுண்டேஷன், டிஜிட்டல் ஜேர்னலிஸ்ட் அசோசியேஷன் ஆஃப் இந்தியா, பிரீசென்ஸ், எஜுகேஷனல் லோன் டாஸ்க் ஃபோர்ஸ், சன்சத் ரத்னா விருதளிப்பு குழு, நெக்ஸ்ட் ஜென் பொலிட்டிக்கல் லீடர்ஸ் என அறுபெரும் நிறுவனங்களை நிர்வாணித்த நண்பர் அப்துல் கலாமின் செல்ல பிள்ளை, 146 எம்பிக்கள் விருதுகளை மேடைகளிலேயே வழங்கி ஜனநாயகம் பேணிய குணநாயகனே, பிரைம் பாயிண்ட் சீனிவாசன் அவர்களே, வருக வருக. இங்கே விழாவை தொகுத்து வழங்கி கொண்டிருக்கின்ற சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட்டின் சூப்பர் ஸ்டார், தங்கவும் திங்கவும் படிக்கவும் உடுக்கவும் என அனைத்தும் இலவசம் எனும் நவோதயா பள்ளிகளை தமிழகத்திலும் நிறுவிட வேண்டும் என உச்ச நீதிமன்றத்தில் போர்க்குரல் உச்சரித்து வென்றெடுத்த வீரமங்கை, சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட் நீதிபதிகளின் ஆணையும் வெளிவர மக்களவையிலும் முழக்கங்கள் எழுந்துள்ளன. பிரியதர்ஷினி ராகுல் அவர்களே, காலையில் புதுடெல்லியில் எம்பிக்களுக்கு விருது விழா, மாலையில் ஜனாதிபதி முர்மு அவர்கள் அழைத்து நமக்கு விருது விழா. இதற்கான ஏற்பாட்டை செய்தவர் பிரியதர்ஷினி ராகுல் அவர்கள். அதை நினைவு கூர்ந்தவனாக அவரிடம் நான் வருக வருக என்று தெரிவிக்கிறேன். அரங்கினை நிறைவித்து விழா வெற்றியை விழாது உயர்த்திய ஆண்டு அவிந்து அடங்கிய கொள்கை சான்றோர்களே, ஆற்றொழுக்க ஆற்றலாளர்களே, அனைவரையும் பார்த்து இருகரம் கூப்பி பணிந்து நெகிழ்ந்து வருக வருக என அன்போடு வரவேற்கிறேன். இதழியலின் எதிர்காலம் இனி டிஜிட்டல் கோலமோ என விஸ்வரூப வளர்ச்சியை பார்க்கிறோம். 10 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்னர் ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட தொழில்நுட்ப நிபுணர்கள் எல்லோரும் பிரைம் பாயிண்ட் சீனிவாசனின் தலைமையில் ஒருங்கிணைந்து யோசித்து அப்போது எடுத்த முடிவுதான் டிஜிட்டல் ஜேர்னலிஸ்ட் அசோசியேஷன் இந்தியா என்ற அறக்கட்டளை. இந்தியாவிலேயே டிஜிட்டல் ஜேர்னலிஸ்டுகளை ஒருங்கிணைப்பதற்கான முதல் அறக்கட்டளை இதுதான் என்பது எண்ணத்தில் நினைவு கூர்ந்து எண்ணத்தக்கது. இந்த அமைப்பின் சார்பாக ஏஐ என்று இப்பொழுது நாம் பேசியிருக்கிறோம். அந்த ஏஐ தொழில்நுட்பத்தை பாவலர்கள் மத்தியும் மாணவர்களிடையேயும் பத்திரிகையாளர்களிடமும் பரப்புவதற்காக இதுவரை 13 பயிலரங்கு பட்டறைகளை இலவசமாக நடத்தி வந்திருக்கிறோம். இனியும் நடத்துவதற்கு தயாராக இருக்கிறோம். சில அரசியல் தலைவர்கள் இதை முழுமையாக தெரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும் என்று விரும்ப போய் அவர்களுக்கு என்று மட்டும் தனியாக நாம் பயிலரங்கு பட்டறையை ஸ்ரீனிவாசனும் நானும் நடத்தி வைத்திருக்கிறோம் என்பதை இங்கே மகிழ்வோடு தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். இதன் சார்பாக ஐஐடியோடு ஒருங்கிணைந்து 2 மிகப்பெரிய முகாம்களை நடத்தியிருக்கிறோம். மேலும் இது போன்ற முகாம்களை நடத்துவதற்காக ஐஐடியுடன் பேச்சுவார்த்தை நடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். இப்படியாக மிக பெரும் புரட்சிகளின் அடித்தளமாக அமைந்திருக்கின்ற டிஜாய் என்ற டிஜிட்டல் ஜேர்னலிஸ்ட் அசோசியேஷன் ஆஃப் இந்தியா என்ற இந்த அறக்கட்டளையின் 10வது ஆண்டு விழாவுக்கு உங்களை எல்லாம் வருக வருக என்று அன்போடு அழைக்கிறேன். பிரீசன்ஸின் 20வது ஆண்டு விழாவை பற்றியும் சொல்ல வேண்டும். இதை சொல்வதற்காக ஒரு குறும்படம் வர இருக்கிறது. உங்கள் விழி வழி ஊடாரி சிந்தையில் குந்தும் என்பதை சொல்லியவனாக உங்களிடமிருந்து இந்த வரவேற்புரையை நிகழ்த்தியவனாக அன்போடு விடைபெற்றுக் கொள்கிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
So coming back to the English channel, I really wish I could speak like him, but I'm sorry, I'm more comfortable this way so that I don't make mess here. And thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful welcome address that has actually woken most of us who are like sleeping, if at all somebody had. So may I request our team to now honor the dignitaries on the dais. So may I request Deepa Lenin to please come over and may I request Deepa Lenin to come over and give an Angavastram to our honorable guest, Honorable Justice Dr. T.N. Vallinayagam, sir. May I request our mentor, Mr. Mohan sir, to please come over and felicitate Sri R. Lakshmipati, Joint Director from Dinamalar. May I request our team member and our mentor, Sri Rajendran, to please felicitate Sri R. Bhagwan Singh sir with an Angavastram. Thank you, sir. So now we are speaking about presence and Dijay. So let's try explaining the history or the path how presence had actually taken its 20 years of journey. So may I request my team to please play the video that actually shares with us the journey of presence.
In today's media world, it feels like everything is driven by clicks and controversy, right? But what if a magazine decided to take a completely different path? Well, for 20 years, one digital publication has done exactly that, focusing only on positive stories. This is the incredible story of presence.
So for 2 whole decades,
This e-magazine has been championing a mission that's, let's be honest, pretty rare in journalism, to focus entirely on the good stuff, on the positive. But here's the most amazing part. It has been powered for all 20 of those years by the pure passion of volunteers. So how in the world did this happen? Well, we're going to trace the entire story. We'll start with that first spark of an idea, then cover the birth of Present Sense itself. After that, we'll look at its amazing growth and innovation, its unique role in celebrating good governance, and finally, the incredible legacy of positivity it's built. All right, let's dive in. Our story kicks off way back in the mid-90s, when the internet first landed in India. For most people, it was just a curiosity. But for one person, it was the seed of something truly revolutionary. So, the visionary at the heart of our story is Prime Point Srinivasan. He was right there at the launch of internet services in India back in 1995, and just immediately got its potential. By 1998, get this, he was starting online discussion groups for professionals, even before Yahoo or Google groups were a thing. He then started the Prime Point Foundation in '99, and a year later, he held a seminar saying, hey, the internet is going to completely change the media. But back then, most people just weren't listening. His first go at a newsletter in 2002 actually failed after just 8 issues. The vision was there, but he was just a little too ahead of his time.
But you know how it is, right? A setback is often just a setup for a comeback. And for this story, that comeback was inspired by a true national icon. The real turning point came from the guidance and vision of a man revered across the entire nation, the former president of India, the late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He didn't just offer some advice, he provided the core inspiration for everything that would happen next.
And this is absolutely crucial. The magazine was founded because of Dr. Kalam's direct suggestion. He imagined a whole new kind of journalism, one that would actually help build the nation by focusing on positive stories, stories that could inspire millions of people. And so, in 2006, with that powerful mission, the e-magazine officially launched. Its original name was PRE Sense, and the tagline was Communicate the Communication. It started out focusing on communication topics, but even as a small digital publication, it was already making waves, becoming a media partner for big international events in London and New York.
So, with a strong foundation and a powerful mission, the e-magazine, soon to be known as Presents, really started to innovate. Let's take a look at how it built such a unique brand and grew its influence. A really key part of its unique identity came about in 2008. And once again, it was from a brilliant suggestion by Dr. Abdul Kalam. He proposed creating a cartoon character who could act as the conscience and the voice of the common person. And so the character Prince was born. He was created by the talented cartoonist Triyambak Sharma and was personally inaugurated by Dr. Kalam himself at Raj Bhavan in Chennai. Ever since that day, Prince has been on the first page of every single issue, becoming a really beloved figure, kind of like R.K. Laxman's Common Man. He even got a feature in the Wall Street Journal.
After its 60th edition, the magazine went through a really strategic evolution. The name was simplified to Presence, and the tagline became Spreading Positive Vibrations. This shift also broadened its scope to cover things like current affairs, health, and politics, but always through that positive lens that Dr. Kalam had inspired.
Now, this next part is what I find so interesting. This is the story of how it completely in the Wall Street Journal.
After its 60th edition, the magazine went through a really strategic evolution. The name was simplified to Presence, and the tagline became Spreading Positive Vibrations. This shift also broadened its scope to cover things like current affairs, health, and politics, but always through that positive lens that Dr. Kalam had inspired.
Now, this next part is what I find so interesting. This is the story of how a completely digital magazine managed to create a tangible, real-world impact on national governance. It literally moved from the screen to the national stage.
In 2010, yet another one of Dr. Kalam's ideas came to life. Presence and the Prime Point Foundation created the Sanset Ratna Awards. The idea was to honor the top-performing parliamentarians in India. Dr. Kalam himself launched the very first edition, which made this a truly pioneering initiative. I mean, think about it. A digital magazine celebrating excellence in governance.
And believe me, this was not just some symbolic gesture. By 2025, a total of 143 awards have been given to individual MPs and to parliamentary committees. That shows a serious, sustained commitment to recognizing and motivating excellence in public service. Their mission just kept growing. In 2015, they launched DJI, which is the Digital Journalists Association of India. The goal is simple: train the next generation of journalists for the digital age, covering everything from the basics all the way to artificial intelligence. And the most incredible part, all their seminars and workshops are completely and totally free. So, after 20 years of relentless effort, what does the legacy of Presense actually look like? Well, let's break down the staggering impact by the numbers. First up, 225. That's how many editions have been published as of November 2025. Month after month, without fail, delivered right to readers, completely free of charge. And beyond the magazine itself, they've published over 55 ebooks featuring original works and article compilations. And just like every edition of the magazine, they are all distributed for free. It's a true commitment to making knowledge accessible to everyone. All of this is guided by these unwavering principles that have defined their entire journey. For 2 decades, it's been run entirely by volunteers. No ads, no paid staff, just solid, unbiased research, with the nation's best interest always at heart. And that integrity is why it's read by top policymakers and some of the most eminent personalities in the country. It really makes you think, doesn't it? It just poses this powerful question for all of us. How can one simple idea, fueled by nothing but the passion of volunteers, create 2 full decades of real, tangible, positive change in media, in governance, and in society? The story of Presense is still being written, and I really encourage you to explore it for yourself. You can read every single edition right in their free archives. Just go to prepoint.com/ezine, or you can also find it at corpezine.com. Just dive in and see what 20 years of positive journalism really looks like.
So this is exactly what an AI can do in the productive front of it. Like, not the fear, but the favor from AI. So this video was made by AIs for the information of rest of you. So now we have book launch taking place. There are 2 books that we have written, we have been produced from the House of Prime Point Foundation, one being Insightful Reflections by our joint managing editor for Presense, Sri Ramesh Sundaram sir, and we also have another book that's going to be released, that is Unlock Your Inner Strength by Yogacharyan Suresh Veera. So both of these books have been released from the House of Prime Point Foundation. Just for the rest who have not been known to it, all the books that have come from the House of Prime Point Foundation is an version of it, and it is free for circulation. So none of our books, we've almost published more than like 55 books from the House of Prime Point Foundation in the last 25 years, which all of it has been free for circulation and free for reading. So that's how Dr. Kalam had trained Srinivasan sir, and that's how Mr. Srinivasan sir had trained the rest of us. So we ensure anything that goes from the House of Prime Point Foundation is free for access. So in that pretext, so may I request the Honorable Justice Dr. T.N. Vallinayagam sir to please release the book along with Sri MMA. We have Madras Management Association with us and the Executive Director with us. We have Captain Vijay Kumar sir with us. So please come over and be receiving the book. And we also have the author along with us, Ramesh Sundaram sir. And we request Madam Mrs. Ramesh Sundaram to please be there on the dais. And on record, he wanted to tell that you've been wonderful support for all that he's been growing these years. And thank you so much for ensuring that he's with us for this wonderful contribution for Presense. Sir, I just wanted Madam to be there, please. Sir, one nimisham. Srinivasan. சார் எடுத்துங்க please. Right, so thank you for the coverage. And may I please request Ramasubbu sir, who is the former member of parliament and had been the Sansad Maharatna Award recipient, which technically means like he's won Sansad Ratna Award consecutively for 5 years. And he's with us. He's come all the way from his place just to attend this event. Thank you so much for the courtesy you have told. And he has been the first Sansad Ratna Award recipient. So there's so much under his bucket. Yes. So Ramasubbu sir will be receiving the first copy. And Justice Vallinayagam sir will be please hand over the first book to Ramasubbu sir, and Justice Vallinayagam sir will be opening this book. We have the author along with us, who is technically Srinivasan sir's yoga tutor as well, for the rest of them who don't know. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And they are these two books which are released from the house of Prime Point Foundation. And if any of our guests would want a copy of it, because it's an e-book, so we've got a handful of copies available. If any of the guests would want the e-copy, that will be better. You have the scan code to take it around. But if you think you need a digital copy because that's how you feel comfortable reading, please reach out to our team to get a copy for yourself, and probably signed by the author who's available here. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. So now we have two AI assistants being launched. One is Dijai Presense Smart Media Hub, and the second is Presense Digital Library, both developed by Prime Point Foundation, powered by Google Gemini. So I'm sure for all that fear that we'd created about, or a hallucination which AI could actually get, so this is a positive scope of harnessing AI which most of us would actually want to learn. So from here, we go to a video that is actually these two apps which are created by Prime Point Foundation. So you need to know how to use these apps. So we've made a quick video to understand how to use these apps and what can their advantages be. So may I request my team to quickly run through the video that will help us use this AI assistant tool which is created by Prime Point Foundation.
All right, if you're a content creator anywhere in India, listen up, because your job might be about to get a whole lot easier. Today, we're looking at two brand new AI tools that are designed to give you a real professional edge. Let's get right into it. Does this sound familiar? You're a journalist, a YouTuber, maybe a student, and you're just drowning in data, constantly chasing deadlines. It's this relentless pressure to get high-quality, accurate content out the door. But what if you had a secret weapon? Well, that secret weapon is here. We're talking about 2 specialized AI assistants built specifically to tackle these exact challenges and, honestly, to completely supercharge your workflow. And these aren't just some random tools. They come with some serious credibility. They were developed by Prime Point Srinivasan and published by the Prime Point Foundation, and they're running on the powerhouse that is Google Gemini. Their launch is actually marking a huge milestone, the 20th anniversary of the e-magazine Presense and the 10th for the Digital Journalists Association of India. So yeah, this is a pretty big deal. So let's meet your new AI team, shall we? On one hand, you've got the Smart Media Hub. Think of this as your own personal senior chief sub-editor, ready to help you craft and perfect your content. And on the other hand, you have the Presence Digital Library, your expert AI archivist, there to handle all the deep dive research. 2 very different tools, but they share one powerful goal, making your life easier. Let's dig into that Smart Media Hub first. I want you to imagine having an entire editorial team on call 24/7 right in your pocket. That's what we're talking about here. The Hub's real strength is just how much it can do. Need editorial help? It can research topics, summarize long articles, fact-check your work, and even translate text. Stuck on content creation? It'll suggest catchy headlines, help you rewrite sections, and even proofread everything in British English. And for all you YouTubers out there, it can help structure your video scripts, whether it's for a solo piece or a dialogue. It's a true all-in-one assistant. Okay, now let's switch gears. For anyone who needs to look back in time for context, I'm talking to you researchers, students, and journalists, there's the Presence Digital Library. This is your personal AI archivist, and it is a game changer. And when I say archivist, I mean it. This tool gives you instant access to all 225 past editions of the Presence e-magazine. We're talking about a library that goes all the way back to 2006. That is nearly 2 decades of in-depth Indian journalism and expert analysis literally at your fingertips. And using it couldn't be simpler. You just ask a specific question like, hey, what was the 2023 editorial on the women reservation bill? The AI immediately scans the archives and gives you a really detailed, context-rich answer. And here's the best part, especially for journalists. It gives you the precise source link to the original PDF. Total transparency so you can verify everything yourself. No more digging for hours. So the key features are really built for professionals. You can do laser-focused searches by topic or you can ask for flashbacks to see what was being said about a big story in a specific year, and you can always trust the source citations. Oh, and it has full support for major Indian regional languages, making it accessible to pretty much everyone. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds incredible, but it must be super complicated to get started, right? Well, you'd be wrong. It is unbelievably easy. Seriously, this is the only command you need to remember. To unlock everything we've just talked about for either the Media Hub or the Digital Library, all you have to do is type hi. That's it. The moment you type hi, a really clear menu pops up. If you're using the Smart Hub, you'll see a list of all its services. For the library, you can choose how you want to search, by topic, author, or using that flashback feature. The system just guides you through it. No complex commands, no confusing instructions, just simple choices. So when you pull it all together, what does this actually mean for you? Well, it's not just a cool new gadget. It's a genuine competitive edge for anyone who is creating content in India right now. And I think this quote from the creators really nails it. These aren't just tools. They're designed to be dedicated partners. The whole mission here is to elevate the quality, the accuracy, and the efficiency of your work, whether you're a veteran journalist, a college student, or a brand new YouTuber. So the real question is, are you ready to revolutionize your workflow? For anyone out there who wants to create better, faster, and more accurate content, these AI assistants look like they're about to become an absolutely essential part of the modern Indian media toolkit. You should definitely check them out.
So Presense touching its 20th year. So when it began, I'm sure it was a thought beyond the time where digital understanding was very meager, but for somebody to think of a digital magazine at that point in time to ensure it actually reaches people through just a means of emails, because those times I'm sure we didn't have WhatsApp and other means of communication, just through emails. So it all started with email communication of a link that comes to your place with loaded, authentic, and positive information. So there were few people who questioned me like, okay, if Presence is for positive journalism, wouldn't you guys be critical? So no, we are extremely critical, but we are choices of the words that we use. So being critical doesn't need to be you use mean words. You can use progressive, positive words to be negative or be critical in your own analysis. I think that's what we've been following for 20 years with the guidance of Srinivasan sir. So in this pretext, this 20 years hasn't been an easy walk for sure. And we have also been the world's longest surviving e-magazine with a world record. So with such hard work and dedication, I remember Srinivasan sir having operated his eye and been in the prone position for almost like about a couple of months, but still ensured that the first day of the month, the Presence release happens. So this is most understood by the Presence team because we know how we've been driven by Srinivasan sir to ensure that the articles reach promptly on time. So not forgetting those wonderful contributions given by these wonderful people, all voluntary basis. All of us are volunteers, so none of us are paid, and we really feel very proud to be a part of this wonderful association. And in this pretext, Srinivasan sir would want to felicitate those wonderful hearts who have held his hand very tightly, trusting that positive journalism is possible. And here we are celebrating the 20th year. Over to Prime Point, Srinivasan sir.
Good evening. In this 20 years of a journey, when we started the e-magazine in March 2006 as the first edition, we had a very, 2002 we started PR Point newsletter. At that time the technology I used was very heavy and it ran for 8 editions. Every month 3 editions I put. At that time it was 2002, it was only groups, Yahoo groups was not there. At that time I used a heavy technology I was using. Very unfortunately, there was no readers excepting myself. Every time I used to prepare and circulate it, and nobody could understand also because it was an international standard. Even blogs were not there. I was writing about blogs. Facebook was not there. Twitter was not there. I was writing about how the social media was going to visualize. But many people did not like that. But excepting myself, I was, because of a passion, I was doing some research and I was writing. And I was reading it myself, circulating it, and it went into a dustbin only. Then in 2006, Dr. Kalam suggested that it is better. At the time, slightly improved. Slightly, internet was improved in 2006. At that time, he suggested that why not you start one positive journalism and a digital magazine. At that time, digital magazines were very, very, very low. And we had a discussion with at that time it was my student. Even the first meeting was, Shakti was there. Shakti, you just stand up and say hello. Who else has come? Vidya has come. Okay. Vaidehi has come. Vaidehi, can you just show your head? The first meeting probably in February 2006. We had they were all my students, Anna University students. And we had a discussion and he said that we will, in 15 days we will start on e-magazine. At that time, nobody was willing to give interviews. Dr. Y.S. Rajan, the friend of Abdul Kalam, co-author of the book India 2020, he graciously agreed to inaugurate it and give the first cover story. And Kamath of Lasersoft also, he gave the cover interview. That's how it started. Then slowly, even T.N. Ashok, where is he? T.N. Ashok has come. He is from Delhi. He was in the first editorial team also. such a wonderful, and it was all happened. But one thing is, in the second, I wanted to honor some of the people who have been contributing really who have taken it to the next level or encouraging us. And I would like to invite Susan Koshi. She was working as general manager of IDBI Bank. One of the fantastic English knowledge, and probably I used to market her as a male version of Shashi Tharoor. That much of knowledge, but very unfortunately that may not suit me because I'm not that much brilliant. So if I understand, any common man can understand that type of. So normally people will elevate the standard, but I brought her down from high-end literature to the small level. She was editor-in-chief for more than 10 years. She has contributed. Really one of the fantastic writers. Can you come on stage, madam? And I would like to honor Susan. And Koshi also is here. I must thank Koshi for leaving her. I request Honorable Koshi ji, can you please come on the stage? Yeah, no. You are to be honored first. Please come, Koshi. He retired from Indian Overseas Bank, and she has retired from IDBI Bank as a general manager. One of the fantastic, she is very good in environmental, her contributions and all, are really fantastic, and very good in editing. Next, I would like to invite B. Rajendran. Rajendran was the editor for more than 10 or 15 years. Have you come with Madam Rajendran? Okay. And really, 1 minute. Rajendran is one of the fantastic persons in cyber securities. He is also the founder of Cyber Digital Security Association of India. He is also one of the co-founders of DIGI. And even Susan also is one of the co-founders of DIGI. Normally, Rajendran, whenever we release it finally, he has to give a clearance for cyber law. He has to look at the cyber law, whether we are complying with the government cyber law, then only if he gives the green signal or gate pass, I call it as a gate pass, then it will be released. Until such time, if he is sick, if he is not coming, then it can be even delayed, no problem. Without his gate pass, this will not go. Request Rajendran to be honored by Honorable Justice. Another is Mr. Jagannathan, of a senior journalist who has come from IANS. I think he is not, his wife is not well, he could not come. Jagannathan, has he come? No, he could not come. And when the first time Sansad Ratna awards were granted, and he first released that news item nationally at IANS, then it became a big news. Same way, Jaya Menon at the time, she is also not well and she could not come. She was in the Times of India. At the time, the Sansad Ratna Award, one of the initiatives of this game, she made a national level, because these are all the people who helped us at the initial stage. having confidence on the institution, having confidence on our institution. Another is, I would like to invite Ashokan. He was the editor of Ananda Vigadan, and he was subsequently, he also is one of the founding editor of Tamil Hindu, and one of the AS writers. In fact, for him, I would rather say that when the presence second year, when we are celebrating, he wrote one piece, Yizain Enum Bodham. At that time, I don't know how he got that Bodham and all, like Jibu Mumba, and he wrote a piece. But believe me, that was less than 2 years of our e-magazine, but he found that that gave me a lot of an encouragement. At the time, there was nobody on the market to give a e-sign and all. And then, now everybody calls me as Prime Point Srinivasan. Many people may be knowing how this name came. Now I am presenting him. In 2003 or 2004, he asked me to write a series of articles on Vetrikku Elu Padigal. Vetrikku Elu Padigal, I wrote 7. He was the editor of Ananda Vigadan that came in the regular, every week it came. There may be so many Srinivasans. He wanted to identify. He just to put it as Prime Point Srinivasan. Then that became very popular. Then that stuck on to me. Very safely it stuck on to me. So this is another thing. Our Ramasubbu sir is there. He knows that. In 2010, when we are having the Sansad Ratna Award, first time Sansad Ratna Award, nationally nobody also knew that. He wrote an editorial in Ananda Vigadan about Sansad Ratna Award. That gave a very big reach within Tamil Nadu audience or Tamil speaking or Tamil reading audience. How is that a way? Whether even he was copying it and circulating. Ramasubbu sir, he was then a MP of Tirunelveli. He was circulating it, all his constituency people. Ananda Vigadan editorial is a very highly credible editorial. So I thank, he has come all the way from Coimbatore, and thank you, Ashokanji, because sometime, we need to remember the people who have done a good job at the early days, because probably they might not, I don't know how much he may be able to remember, but I remember that. Ashokan, please. Huh? He wants me to say that I am teaching him in the Zoom. That's a different issue. Come on. Judy Franco, when we started this e-magazine, Presence, then nobody knew, only excepting myself or some of the people. Exchange for Media, that is exclusively, there are 2 magazines, even now it is running, for media related things. What happens inside the... Then they wrote an article about the e-magazine, Presence, that was just born. Just first issue gone with an haphazard manner, but still they gave me a Judy Franco, one of the, I tried to trace him, now he has settled in Hyderabad, he is not able to come, but anyway I just wanted to say a word of acknowledgement and thanks to him, even in his absence. Trayampak Sharma is the cartoonist. From 2008 onwards till date, Prince cartoons are being drawn. That is being published on the first page. Kalam is a fan of Prince cartoon also. So he is in Raipur, but he doesn't. More than anybody else, I always have an admiration for our Nurullah sir. Nurullah, but for him, I would not have entered into Anna University or had a opportunity to meet with Abdul Kalam sir. He introduced me to the then Vice Chancellor, Kalanidhi sir, and made me as a media advisor to Anna University. Subsequently, Abdul Kalam joined, so that gave me a friendship. Because what happened, a small trigger from his side made me to go into the Abdul Kalam's net, then to take it forward. And he has been traveling with me for decades together, even before, even when I was in the bank at that time in Delhi also. So it was a surprise to him. I never, even in the list, I did not include him. Just I wanted to add him in the last minute. Nurullah, he deserves a great thanks. Nurullah sir. Another person, a silent, T.N. Ashok, please come here. And he was the PTA editor. Even when I was working in Delhi in a bank also, he was PTA economic editor, one of the A's editors, one of the great editors. In fact, when I joined the Prime Point, when I started the Prime Point Foundation, I made him as one of the advisors. Still, he continues to be the advisor. But only one condition, but you can tell it openly also.
He told me that you are an advisor on the condition that you will not advise.
Because, and strictly till that, he is maintaining that status of advisor. So, even if he gives me some advice, then that day he will cease to be an advisor. So there is one of the fantastic friend here, my early days onwards, and very good editor. Editor in the sense, when you give a piece of 1,000 words, he will convert it into 500 words in the best possible with the possible best words. That is one of the excellent person. He still continues to author books and he is quite active. He is also 70 plus. Ashok, T.N. Ashok. Ashok is based at Delhi. He came personally here and fortunate that he is able to, only last month he returned from US also. Thank you very much. Now Priya to proceed, take it forward.
So after the felicitations and release of books and apps, so now the time for us to hear the wonderful speeches from our beloved chief guests who have come over here, taking the time for us to deliver their thoughts about presence and whatnot. So to begin with, I would request Sri R. Bhagwan Singh sir. Sir, I should tell you this. Srinivasan sir is always proud to say that you had been one of his earliest friends in media and you had been of a big strength for him to continue his passion for journalism. Sir, we really thank you with folded hands for being with him all the time. And Bhagwan Singh sir was also heading Deccan Chronicle and he's just taken a back seat. And he is very passionate about agriculture. And I was told your house is so beautifully decked for people who like to have a nice garden and a kitchen garden and things, sir. I think I'm inviting myself to your place soon. So with no delay, sir, may we take this privilege of hearing you for today, please.
Good evening, all. I am supposed to be presiding, so I'm not going to be a speech maker. I'm going to tell the other two speech makers, one after the other. So my role is very limited to take off from where, do I call you Priya? From where Priya left. Yes, I was, I think 1980s, we first met. Yeah, 1980s. You know. Well, I was with the Week magazine and he was the manager of Corporation Bank, Kelly's branch. And there was a story about a particular minister. I think at that time he was a speaker of the assembly, no names here, who had indulged in a major fraud, duping several banks, buying lorries, trucks, installments, using the same RC book, same lorry, pledged in different banks. So we did the big story, got into a little bit of trouble also, but Srinivasan was a man who gave me the meat for the story, evidence. But he was pretty cagey. He would not part with the vital information, the documents. And that habit of him to edit he wanted to edit the story before it went. I allowed him a peek into the story. That was a big mistake I made. Because from there, every story, he wanted to read it. And by the time it came back, like you said, somebody was talking about a 1,000-word story becoming 500 words. 500 words of highly sterilized copy. Uninteresting. I think even at that time, the idea of positive journalism got into him. He would clean up a copy of all the sensations, all the meat, all the spicy stuff. And I'm so happy, I'm so glad, in an age where I've got so many journalist friends here gathered, we all know how tough, how difficult it is to run a newspaper. And a digital, when nobody knew, he started 20 years back, even I was a little doubtful how it will work out. I should say, I admire him. I salute you, Srinivasan. And Sansad Ratna Awards that he started, again, a trailblazer, a visionary. He has done Kalam proud. For the time he's spent with Srinivasan, Kalam must be really in his abode of heaven, must be very happy, very proud man. And now his visionary sense, it continues with AI. Even much before we thought of internet, he was talking of internet. Much before we even imagined about digital journalism, he came up with a digital magazine. And now he is conducting workshops for journalists in AI and for others. I wish him a long life, great health, and somewhere in this long journey, he had a major problem, personal physical problem of the eyesight. But in spite of all the setbacks, he carries on. I really admire him. May I now hand it back to Priya to continue. Thank you so much.
So that technically spoke of 50 years of emotions, friendship, and trust in each of them. Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful speech from your heart. So may I request Shri R. Lakshmipati, who's a joint director for Dinamalar, and so he has Thamurai Brothers as his brainchild. That's the publication that has come from Dinamalar, which is his brainchild. And as all of you know, he's a great-grandson of the founder of Dinamalar, Shri T.V. Ramasubbu. And but for him, I'm really, I shouldn't say doubtful, but probably it would have taken a little more delayed when it comes to a digital perspective of taking Dinamalar to the lead of what it is today. So he has this knack of understanding the younger generation and, you know, kind of motivating them to get into the digital space of it, that which he's heading right now. And I'm sure so we've not had much of, you know, kind of conversations before, but there's so much that I got to know about him in the digital space. The amount of efforts he has put in his publication is commendable. So thank you so much for being with us today, sir, and over to you.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Probably should be in English. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, okay. First, Presence 20th year and DJ or 10th year. Completely, fully volunteer based, NGO, non-profit. Consistently digital magazine for 20 years. I think all the volunteers and to you, I think it's my first hats off and my humble wishes. It's not a simple thing to consistently do it, even when no one was reading, right? So just keep on going. So that's I think a great inspirational story for everyone here. So let me just, the two books that were launched today, I just glanced through it. Anything that is given free-ஆ கொடுத்தா அதுக்கு மதிப்பு கிடையாது. But these two books are, I think every one of you should at least go through it. For example, இப்போ அந்த யோகா அப்படின்னு ஒரு புக் மிஸ்டர் சுரேஷ் அவர் எழுதியிருக்காரு. So each and every page that I turned in that book gives you a technique, gives you some techniques to practice. Just for a few minutes, you practice panna porom. It gives so profound wisdom is there. He goes back, say for example, our the embryo Grihasutram patti one ezhirupparu, where thousands of years back eppadi ஒரு pregnant woman ஒரு வயிற்றுக்குள்ள எப்படி embryo is formed and what stages it goes through. இது only recently in medical science, in the new modern science, it has been cracked, but it was 5,000 years back, I think it was written by our ancient people. So in the wisdom, this wisdom, it should be related back to us now. And same way, there are so many things. Around 4,500 diseases are mapped in Siddha literature. Around 3 lakh formulations are written. So these kind of things, where AI impact we are talking about. Probably with this AI tools, we can probably digitize it or make it as a base for taking it to for a future generation. The same thing, we can probably advance it. More research can be done on it to revive it back, and based on it we can go more. So India was a leader in holistic lifestyle science. Not only this, he has touched upon a lot of topics like walking in a eight direction and doing barefooting walking and earthing between the body and the ground. And he has also talked about regarding the brain waves and the theta waves, like Dr. Srinivasan was, or neuroscience was, A.V. Srinivasan was saying. So, and so many, lot of small techniques are there which will be very useful for our day-to-day life and practice, and it's all very simple to do. So every day you just take one page, and with that you can just learn a new technique and I think it will be a transformative for each one of us. And he's blended the ancient wisdom with our day-to-day modern age lifestyle. And he has also mentioned about Abdul Kalam, where he talks about three things, food and your lifestyle and everything. He has connected it very well in that. And also about Bhagavad Gita, how each mood, what kind of food activates each mood. So a lot of things are in the book. Same way in the insightful reflections by Mr. Ramesh. That is again, I think every journalistic student should read that book. Even other journalists should read. He has given so many impactful articles in it, right from the freedom struggle till Operation Sindoor is covered in it. For example, in freedom struggle, he says about how innovative, say when there was British was doing a lot of censorship to the press, there was a girl called Usha who ran an underground radio. So she didn't go behind any sensationalism or fake news. She hard truth, and she talk about patriotism in her radio broadcast. It was very difficult times, and these kind of things are the things that AI, these new age journalists should learn about and try to practice. So the ethics and everything that we were talking about in the panel earlier, I think the journalists now should take a feather from the erstwhile newspaper publishers like Swadeshi Mitran, Hindu, ABP, everyone during the freedom struggle, how they used to blend lot of patriotic messages, even with so much of censorship. They used to do a lot of jugglery with words to spread patriotism. And similarly here, apart from that, he has also documented how communities come together during some disasters and how even in, he talked about a very good piece about Rajaji, where he took a peace mission during the Cold War. He took up a peace mission to reduce nuclear conflicts, how he walked into the Oval Office and he confronted the president. And so those kind of things, we can relate to it, and probably in this troubled times where there are a lot of conflicts, I think we can start applying that here. And AI role probably can be able to take points from these, connect all these dots, help us to connect all these dots and harness that, and we can take more informed decisions probably. And similar way, in this, the AI tools that you have launched are not only in medicinal field or in even in law, in the legal aspects, there are a lot of case studies and a lot of things that can be given with a lot of different perspectives can be drawn. So I think AI is not like a Buddham or a demon, but it can be in a right way, in a harnessing it. It can definitely be a good tool. It can be a good tool. It can't replace anyone, but it can be a very good tool. So see, and it is a biggest disruptor in the history, right from your Stone Age, then your Metal Age, and then your Industrial Revolution, and then came the computer age, the internet. But it all took years together. But AI is like, was very quick, and it's disrupting very fast. So it's faster than your digital disruption. So I think everyone, it's nothing to fear about, but how you are going to harness it and how you are going to utilize it. And as one of our panelists was telling, in the next 3 months, the elections are coming up, and we are going to see a lot of AI develop fake news and funny memes, everything going to be with AI, and with so much of the cartoon, the animations and everything that AI is trying to create right now. It's going to be a good time to be in, And once again, I pray to Goddess Meenakshi Amman to give you more courage and support and more volunteers to support you. Make sure that this 20 years will go to 50 years and 100 years and so forth. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot. But you said you just saw the glimpse of the book, so by any chance you don't have an AI chip stuck inside, sir, so that zoom, and you kind of gave us more information than what anybody else could do in that fraction of space you have taken.
Typical publisher.
And we're so grateful that a big publication like yours coming and speaking about nationalism gives us, all of us as general public, the hope that Indian spirit is not being lost in the hands of journalism. Thank you so much for actually taking nationalism as one of your most pivotal point of speaking. And so today, the chief guest for the day, Honorable Justice Dr. T.N. Vallinayagam sir had been very kind enough to come and felicitate this entire beautiful dais. And sir is the chairman for the National Cyber Security Research Council in New Delhi. And he's also the presiding judge for Local Adat High Court of Madras. And he's a vice president of Association of Retired Judges of Supreme Court and High Courts of India. But all of his achievements as one side. So what inspires younger lawyers like us seeing Vallinayagam sir is the amount of grit that he continues to hold and the faith that he has in the system at any point in time. So there's very, very rare occasions where you can see Vallinayagam sir being critical about the constitutional missionaries, which very unfortunately few of them come up with. So that actually gives us a question if the missionaries of the country, in our country, is in the right direction or not. But sir may be critical, but he has never been detrimentally speaking wrong about the missionaries of our constitution. So that actually gives us a lot of hope and belief that the country had gone through in the right hands and has been landing in the right hands as well. Thank you so much for being with us today, for considering to be with us today, sir. And over to you. Can't wait to hear you.
வாழ்க்கையில் எல்லோருமே அவுட்ஸ்டாண்டிங் இருக்கணும்னு ஆசைப்படுவாங்க. ஆனால் ஆண்டுகள் பலவான காரணத்தாலே நான் உங்கள் அனுமதியுடன் உட்கார்ந்தே பேசலாம் நினைக்கின்றேன். This is a galaxy of people in various fields, and they've already reached the top. I don't know. They have got to reach and win AI for the benefit of everybody in the world. Let me say my pranams to you. Vanakkam. நம்ம காலையில் சுப்பிரபாதம் பாடும்போது சீனிவாசா கோவிந்தா சீனிவாசா கோவிந்தான்னு பாடுறோம். இனிமேல் சீனிவாசா நினைக்கும் பொழுதே நம்ம கையில் ஒரு புது ஆயுதத்தை இந்த கற்றுக் கொடுத்திருக்கிறார். சீனிவாசன் நினைக்கும் பொழுது நமது வாழ்விலே புதிய தாமரை மலரும் என்று நினைக்கின்றேன். வாழ்க்கையிலே ஜான் கேல்ஸ்வர்த்தி என்ற ஒரு நாவலிஸ்ட் சொல்கிறான், டால் எம்பீரியல் யங் உமன் என்று. அந்த டெஃபனிஷனுக்கு பிரியா பொருத்தமாக இருப்பான்னு நினைக்கின்றேன். சூப்பர் ஸ்டார் ஆஃப் சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட்னு சொன்னார் சீனிவாசன் அவர்கள் வாக்கு பலிக்கட்டும். சூப்பர் ஸ்டாராக இருப்பதை விட ஒரு நாள் பௌர்ணமி நிலவாக உச்சநீதிமன்றத்தில் இருந்து இந்த நாட்டின் உரிமைகளை காக்க வேண்டும் என்று நான் ஆசைப்படுகின்றேன். As the custom demands, let me say something in English. It is both an honor and pleasure to be here today as we celebrate two remarkable milestones. The 20th of Presence e-magazine and the 10th anniversary of the Digital Journalists Association of India, DI. Presence stands as a testament to the vision of Prime Point Srinivasan, who founded this digital magazine on the sage counsel of none other than Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, our beloved People's President. The mission was clear: to champion positive journalism in an age increasingly characterized by sensationalism. Having reviewed several of the 225 editions published over these 2 decades, I am struck by the unwavering quality and editorial integrity maintained throughout. That this publication has thrived for 20 years as a volunteer-driven, advertisement-free initiative speaks volumes about the commitment of the team and the hunger for responsible journalism among discerning readers. Similarly, DJI, co-founded by Srinivasan, Noorullah, Professor Sudarshan, and their colleagues under the aegis of Prime Point Foundation, has quietly but effectively served the media community for a decade, educating journalists about emerging trends, including the transformative impact of artificial intelligence. To both teams, I extend my heartfelt congratulations and prayers for continued strength in the service of our nation. The media landscape has undergone a seismic transformation over the past 3 decades. In my youth, we had access to perhaps one or 2 newspapers and a handful of magazines. Today, with the advent of the internet and mobile technology, every citizen with a smartphone has effectively become a publisher capable of disseminating information or misinformation instantaneously to a global audience. The democratization of information is both a blessing and a challenge. While technology, including artificial intelligence, brings unprecedented opportunities, it invariably carries risk. The traditional gatekeepers of journalism, the editorial processes of print and broadcast media, provided checks and balances that ensured a measure of accountability. In contrast, social media platforms and video sharing websites operate largely without such safeguards. We now face an environment where distinguishing truth from falsehood has become increasingly difficult. The emergence of deep fake technology, which can fabricate convincing images and videos of events that never occurred, poses a fundamental threat to truth itself. Malicious content spreads with viral velocity, while reasoned discourse struggles to find a purchase. When voices rise in protest against any form of regulation, citing freedom of expression, we must pause and reflect on what our Constitution truly envisions. The framers of our Constitution enshrined freedom of expression not as an absolute right, but as a fundamental freedom tempered by reasonable restrictions. Article 19(2) explicitly recognizes that this freedom must be balanced against considerations of sovereignty, integrity, security, public order, decency, morality, and the prevention of defamation and incitement. Freedom of expression was conceived as a tool to unite our diverse nation, to enable robust debate, and to hold power accountable, not to divide communities, spread hatred, and destroy reputations without cause. Defamation, incitement to violence, and the deliberate propagation of false information do not fall within the protected sphere of free speech. As someone who has spent decades in the judiciary interpreting and upholding constitutional principles, I am deeply concerned by the proliferation of fake news, manipulative images, and hate mongering on digital platforms. As a nation aspiring to global leadership, we must recognize that rights and responsibilities are 2 sides of the same coin. While acknowledging A1's value as a research aid, it cannot replace human reasoning and constitutional principles in judicial decision making. AI outputs should be considered, not relied upon, citing instances of fabricated case citations referred to as hallucinations and inconsistent A1 responses during court proceedings. AI tunes itself as per the prompt you give. It doesn't have emotions like us to analyze the situation completely in legal cases. Justice Sundar, present Chief Justice of Manipur, recalled case where a fabricated Supreme Court judgment with the fake citations was produced, which led to dismissal of a document and the initiation of administrative action. AI doesn't possess true cognition. It merely detects patterns through data and algorithms. The present Chief Justice underscored the need to address the digital divide through practical measures such as expanding e-service centers to enhance access to justice. We are not looking at robot judges, but cyber judges, part human, part machine, using A1's computational strength while applying independent human reasoning. AI can assist but cannot replace judicial decision making. To bridge the digital divide, technology must reach litigants directly, the judge said. I would like to say, recently we celebrated Law Day. I was asked to speak in Podigai. I informed that if you want to read the Constitution, go back to Bhagavad Gita, go back to Ramayana, go back to Tirukkural. Every article is installed there in clear clarity and clear good terms. Therefore, just like today AI has been discovered and is being brought to us by Srinivasan, because he is the author, Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna, if he thought he could have ended the Mahabharata war by merely sending his chakra, he didn't do that. He wanted people to understand and analyze and appreciate what exactly life is. So, for 20 years, Srinivasan has been struggling and dedicating himself to remove the bad from good and serve the country, for which he deserves our congratulations. Not only that, today we sang our Tamil Uttai Vaalthu, Manonmaniyam. Though it is abridged to some extent, Manonmaniyam speaks about so many things. Similarly, our literature, Tamil, if you want anything and everything, AI is there. If you ask Srinivasan, he will say, how Lord Krishna, we had 10 ladies together at the same, and him himself becoming 10 figures. I can go on giving examples. Though AI is not new to us, it is within us. It is in our Puranas. It is our literature. It is our Anmigam. All of us were brought together and given to us by none other than Lord Srinivasa. I am happy about that. Finally, my one prayer. Now we have got MP from Tinnevelly. I got Dinamalar with me along with Bhagavat Singh. My prayer is, from Tirunelveli to Tiruchendur, there should be a separate road, like Rhine River, where river runs, on both sides you have got a train goes. Similar thing should be done. At least the Lord, who is now angry with Tirupurangundram, will become calm and collective and bless us. So I only pray to both the dynamic Dinamalar and our MP, along with Priya, who is ruling the Supreme Court, and our Srinivasan, to help us to travel before my lifetime from Tirunelveli to Tiruchendur along the banks of Tamarabarani. That's all my prayer. I hope everybody will pray for me and agree with me. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm like, there's so much for us to consume, take back, process, and ensure like we kind of deliver to what your expectations and your wishes are. We really wish that you have long years to see these things to come soon in reality. And yes, sir, you did speak about the fact of judiciary not to be dehumanized because of the tools that we are using, and the similar fashion with every other field as well. So having all this understanding about AI, but you stood back to, again, the discussion points that we had is the moral values and ethical principles, which is actually going to take us understand how to use these tools which are actually in our hand. So with that wonderful note from Vallinayagam sir, so before I, present the mementos to the dignitaries, I would surely want to take a minute to thank Srinivasan sir, without which all of us couldn't have connected today, and for his wonderful work that he continues to do, inspire all of us. And in fact, most of the people who know, they I shouldn't say misunderstand, they rightly understand me to be his daughter, but biologically not. But that, when they come and ask me, are you Prime Point Srinivasan's daughter? So that's such a pride, not because of the name and fame that he has gained, but for the person he is. So the way that he has ensured that each one of us stay grounded, stay ethical. And when I asked him, sir, are you sure that you want to do this event? And Saturday evening, are you sure because it's raining? Will people turn up? He said, yaar varanglo varlamma na enakaga pandra. So he still stands in the same point. How he started Presence, I'm like 20 years before, that yaar padikiranglo padikliyo na enakaga eludra. So he continues to say that, and he's just the same person for 20 years. And I'm telling you, sir, with all folded hands, all that you have achieved, all that you have raised, the people whom you have mentored, and the way that you have influenced in each one of our lives, it's just, it can't be put in words. And I'm sure all of us emote with Srinivasan sir, rather than thinking him as a guru, as a mentor. As Vallinayagam sir rightly said, when Lord Krishna is with Gopi, we feel that Lord Krishna's incarnation is there in every other, Gopi in front of them. So similarly, when Srinivasan sir gets to talk or connect to any one of us, we feel that he belongs to us. So he's technically Krishna for all of us. I'm like, no, anybody you talk to, they feel, no, I know Prime Point Srinivasan, I know him very well. So every single person owns him. And I think that's a unique character that Srinivasan sir has got. And thank you so much, sir, for doing this wonderful work and ensuring that we are the legacy continues. As your friend rightly said, Dr. Kalam, wherever he may be, in goodwill. So I'm sure you've made him very proud today. And I would surely want to thank Mr. Ashokan. You've ensured that Prime Point Srinivasan as a brand stands, and it's standing with very pride and shining, to the light of Lord. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you, Srinivasan sir. So right now, I would wish our team to present mementos to the dignitaries. So may I request Ms. Hemalata to please deliver the memento to our chief guest, Dr. Vallinayagam sir. May I request Sridhar Raj to please come over to deliver the memento to Sri R. Lakshmipati, Joint Director, Dinamalar. May I request Charumati to please come over to deliver the memento to Bhagwan Singh sir. May I request C. Badri sir, one of our, energetic mentors whom we are blessed. So Badri sir is the editor-in-chief for Presence, and he's been the former general manager for Canara Bank. He's been the chief vigilance officer of India Overseas Bank. I think it's in Prime Point Foundation that you name the profession, you find them here. So he's from the banking industry. And so it's over to Badri sir to deliver the vote of thanks. So all that I thanked was Srinivasan sir. So Badri sir does the official. Yes. So Badri sir has this column for freedom fighters that he's been writing it for years now. And every single month he ensures that freedom fighter, who are unsung freedom fighters, who most of them we could have not heard their names before. He does an extensive research on them and then he writes an article. So last month, we kind of compiled all these articles. We've already done this before, all his compilation, and then we kind of made a book and we, presented that book in front of the Andaman jail in 2024. So by then the compilation of his work was done. Again for 2025 the compilation actually kind of swollen. So then we thought like there has to be a book release again. So last month we did a book release at Assam where the Assam Chief Minister himself released this book on the unsung Northeast freedom fighters, and for which Badri sir has done an extensive research and the Chief Minister had actually given him best of his regards. So over to Badri sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen who are present here. Esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. T.N. Vallinayagam, respected dignitaries on and off the dais, distinguished speakers, panelists, supporters of Presence and DJI members of the media, volunteers, and dear friends. On behalf of Team Presence and DJI, it's my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion, celebrating the 20th anniversary of Presence and the 10th anniversary of DJI. First, our heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Justice Dr. T.N. Vallinayagam for gracing this event and for launching our digital milestones, DJI Presence Smart Media Hub and Presence Digital Library. Your presence has made this celebration truly special. We extend our sincere thanks to Sri R. Bhagwan Singh Ji and Sri R. Lakshmipati Ji for their insightful and inspiring address, which have strengthened our commitment to media integrity and public communication. Our deep appreciation to the distinguished panelist, Professor Sudarshan Padmanabhan, Mr. V. Prem Shankar, Mr. D. Suresh Kumar, and Mrs. Rahina Amir for an enlightening discussion on the impact of AI on the media. We are grateful to Sri Narula Ji, co-chairman and DJI, for his warm and very forceful welcome with his continued support. That is his usual style. We thank the authors, Mr. Ramesh Sundaram and Yogisharan Suresh Veera, for their valuable contribution through the books released today. Our gratitude also extends to all the dignitaries who accepted our honors and graced us with their presence. A truly special moment today was honoring who supported Presence in his infant years. We thank Srimati Susan Koshi, former editor-in-chief of Presence and co-founder of DJI. My friend Sri Rajendran, former editor of Presence and co-founder of DJI. Sri V. Jagannathan, senior journalist of IANS, and Sri K. Ashokan, senior journalist, for attending this program and receiving honors which they richly deserve. We salute your encouragement, which helped us in building a strong foundation. Our thanks to Mr. Narula and Mr. Ashok for coming here as for receiving the honors. We thank them and we remember their support, and we feel that they will continue to do in future also. A special mention of thanks to Srimati Jaya Menon, journalist, Judy Franco, journalist, for their support, and our evergreen cartoonist, Sri Triyambak Sharma, for his contribution as a cartoonist till today. Though they are
not present, we are thanking them in absentia. We cannot miss the chance to sincerely thank Priyadarshini Rahul, who is the anchor of today's program. Sridhar Raj, please come. Sridhar Raj, Partha Reddy, Lokesh, Siddharth Mani, Deepa Lenin, please come. And of course, not to forget Charu and Hemalata, the duo. Without them, perhaps we would not have been able to execute today's event so thoroughly and meticulously. Special acknowledgement of Prime Point Srinivasan, because everyone has told something about him. I thought I should also tell a few words about him. At this moment, I am honored to officially express our deepest gratitude to our Prime Point Srinivasan, the founder of Prime Point Foundation and a visionary behind both Presence and Dijay. Over the past 2 decades, he has tirelessly nurtured these initiatives with unwavering dedication, meticulous planning, exceptional mentorship, and an unshakable commitment to the national building through communication. His ability to bring together talented people, inspire them, spark their curiosity, and motivate them to contribute to society is truly remarkable. His innovative ideas, leadership, and constant guidance have elevated Presence and Dijay to great heights. Today's achievement stands as a testament to his hard work and noble intentions. We express our heartfelt gratitude to him for being the guiding force behind this wonderful journey. Our thanks to our readers, supporters, volunteers, technical teams, media personnel, invitees, and every individual who contributed to the success of this event. Your support is invaluable and we sincerely thank you. We would like to thank the management and staff of Hotel Palm Group for providing good infrastructure and of course the dinner also. Finally, thank you each one of you present today. Your encouragement continues to inspire our mission. Now for a moment, let us stand up and give a standing ovation to Prime Point Srinivasan for his wonderful service to the nation. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
So before we disperse with the national anthem, may I quickly request my team to please come over and we'll have a group picture. So team, please come over. Please come over on the dais. Ma'am, Susan ma'am, please. Yes, please. Sir. Shakti, please come, please come. Volunteers, you know you're the volunteer. Why would I have to call you by name? Please come. Please, can I have the team Presence Dijay to be with us? Sudarshan, sir. Is all of us here? I'm not able to see people who are behind. I hope everybody is here. Maybe you all please raise for the national anthem, and after the national anthem, please join us for the dinner. And secondly, today being the day to be remembered, day to remember our Ambedkar, Dr. Ambedkar. So there is a book that me and Srinivasan sir together had written on our articles that we wrote on Constitution. So we have already released the book on the Law Day on the 26th of November, but there is a copy available for those who wish to read. Please take a copy from us, and who wants it on the digital copy, please take the scan code from us. Thank you, and please, maybe please raise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Please join us for the dinner. Thank you so much for your time and making